Oh boy, here we are. Hello, darkness. Right? And get another copyright strike. Oh, hi everybody. Oh man, it's Cody. Mike's not here. He's in the Dominican Republic. I don't know why. I saw the videos that he sent me on Snapchat, and it looks like a really great time, so I can see why.
I bet you half the people in the chat don't even know where that is.
Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
Dude, we have smart fans. What are you talking about? Our fans are fucking smart. So Shitts is filling in.
Hey.
Here he is.
I'm looking over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here. Do like The Office.
Dem titties. That's what you're supposed to be looking
Dem titties. Dem titleon biggies. We're going to do a top or a 5 draft style shots today.
Shots? Best shots with a beer.
See, I just did shots
Oh boy.
because
It reminds me of
Fuck it.
bowling all over again.
yeah, and then some stuff has happened personally. I'm a senior in college now. That's pretty cool.
A senor.
A senior, I only got like a year left. That's pretty sick. I'm going to the Rays game tomorrow. That's pretty fucking sick. You know,
I agree.
shout out. You know, what's going on with you? School's almost over.
Yeah, a week from Friday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I already want to kick him out.
I know.
I'm out of movies to show.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, you should play Osmosis Jones.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's, you know what other movie is PG? I thought, I was like, no, there's no way that's PG. The Goonies is PG.
Oh, even with the dick thing?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, that's 80s PG.
Did you show all 3 versions of the Mighty Ducks?
No, I never thought of that one. Well, I downloaded. I bought. I bought
You legally acquired.
Indian in the Cupboard. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Actually,
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
really?
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
One of the kids was like, "This is one of my favorite movies." I'm like, "You weren't even born yet. How the hell is this your favorite?"
What's
movie?
it about?
Remember the kid gets his cabinet for his birthday, and every time he puts a action figure in it and he closes it and then he unlocks it, it becomes alive. So
Of like actual size or like a real person?
like about that big.
So it's a little action figure that's like running around.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
then so he puts an old man action figure in there. He has a heart attack and dies.
Dude, stop.
He does.
You know the writer was like, dude, this is fucking gonna kill.
He's like, done.
Oh no.
But
Have you played Narnia?
that's a long movie, isn't it?
Yeah. You could stretch it over like 3 classes.
Yeah. Usually a movie takes about 2 class periods.
Yeah.
So 2 15-minute class periods.
Play Lord of the Rings. We're gonna play Lord of the Rings, all of them.
Why not just play all the Star Wars?
Yeah. Fuck it,
Okay.
dude.
What's another long trilogy?
Long trilogy.
Oh, I have Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
The new one?
No,
or
the
the
old
old
one.
Yeah.
That's rough. Isn't
With
it,
the
though?
gold bloom.
Oh, with the gold bloom.
The gold bloom. Shout out.
Apartments.com.
Apartments.com. Apartments. Yeah. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
We just watch too much television. I swear we like quote so much like TV and like products that like even when we get sponsors like we won't be able to like people aren't gonna know. Did the pen run out on you? Please tell me it ran out on you.
It did for a second.
Shit's is writing down shots. He's scribbling furiously and he's trying to
Remember,
win.
I took most of these. Either somebody gave them to me, or it was my birthday, or some other day where I drank profusely and don't remember.
Yeah.
So
the best way of doing research is to actually Google shots. That way, because you see them. Like, that's how I got my list. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's a delicious one.
well, I'm going to cross that one out. Hold on.
Oh. Dude, you better keep it in, man, because what if I take one of yours?
Yeah, I'll remember.
I
I remember them because they were free, and that was somebody else's favorite shot of bowling.
they were free. Oh, I didn't even write that one down.
You didn't write that one down?
No.
No.
That's crazy to me. Didn't even write it down because I hated it. Foreshadowing. Let's see. Let's talk about the Rays.
So who you excited to see on Friday?
My friends. No, I mean I've just.
Who else is going?
So it's gonna be me, Chris, McComas.
Oh, he's going?
Yeah, Caleb and
I saw
Andrea.
him last night at pickleball.
Yeah, Caleb and Andrea are going. Rachel's going. She's bringing somebody as well. My friend Trevor. Oh, Trev is going. So it's going to be like a pretty cool group. I got us tickets all in Bill. Bill might be coming too, which is even better. And I got us all like in the same row, so that'd be pretty chill.
Well, where are you guys seated at?
We're in the outfield. So I can catch a homer. No, I don't. That's the only spot that the tickets were. But yeah, I mean they were like $40, $45, $50 a piece. Now,
Is that average?
I mean that's not bad, but it's like I remember, it's like you could get a ticket anywhere, and now like when I went to go order them, it was like only 3% of the tickets available are left.
Really?
Because they're starting to sell out because they're good, and it's a Friday night. Like,
are there only a certain percentage of those $10 tickets?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's only certain sections. And I don't know. It didn't offer me the $10 tickets, which is weird.
He drinks profusely.
He
does not need a $10 ticket.
He's going to shut us down. No.
I'm telling you, we should do that home plate club thing again, if
yeah.
possible.
The Rays fucking... Okay, so we played the Mets, which is Mike's team. In the first game that we played them, we won like 8-5, but we really it wasn't even that close. We were up like 8-2, and somebody hit like a homer in the 9th when it didn't matter. And then last night we were up like 2, then they tied it, then we went up 3-2, then they tied it, and then I think it was like 4-3, then they tied it, and then we put up 3 runs. They tied it.
Was your mom probably yelling at the freaking TV?
Yeah. So then we go into extra innings. They fucking beat us with a 3-run homer. So and then today they beat us 3-2. So they actually won the series against us.
Did they bring the trumpet out?
No, because that guy's on the IL. So he's out for the year, the Diaz guy.
Sucks.
But yeah, I was talking to Mike about it. I mean, they look good, man. And they put up like 5 runs on our 2 best relief pitchers, which is like... hats off, you know what I mean? Like, because nobody in the MLB has done that this year, so it's like it's crazy.
What do you owe the Rays' success right now to? Just the I think we talked about this in one of the podcasts, but
we figured out how to hit the ball. Our pitching has always been elite. Unfortunately, now we're hurt, so it's a situation where at the beginning of the year we had.
Was that the guy that got his foot hit by the ball?
No, he's all right. He's actually one of the ones that isn't hurt, as ironic as that is. So when we started the season, the plan was Shane McClanahan, Tyler Glasnow, Zach Eflin, Jeffrey Springs, and Drew Rasmussen as our starting 5. During spring, Tyler Glasnow felt a pull in his oblique, so they immediately... So they immediately shut him down.
Hand on my hip.
So now we're down to 4 pitchers. During the beginning of the season, Jeffrey Springs blows out his elbow. He needs to get Tommy John surgery. He's out. Now we're down to 3 pitchers. Drew Rasmussen throws like a 2-hitter against the Yankees over 7 innings. Next day, right elbow strain. He's out probably the whole rest of the season because he might need Tommy John surgery. So we currently have 2 fucking healthy pitchers. Shane McClanahan and Zach Eflin. We brought up Taj Bradley, who did okay today, but he's like a young kid, and ultimately he's going to be one of the future arms in our rotation. But I think we're just calling him up earlier than we wanted to because, we don't have any pitchers. So then the other 2 days that a starter is supposed to, a starting pitcher will come in and give you 5 innings, 6 innings, 5 to 8 even complete games. We have we have a pitcher come in and do like 2 innings. Then we have another pitcher comes in and does like 4 innings. And then like the bullpen goes like 1 inning until it's over.
Yeah.
For two of the days of the rotation now. So we have like no pitching. Our guys are just gassed because everybody's throwing like every day.
Well, could that be why these guys are out because of the pitch clock? They're constantly.
I don't think it's the pitch clock because here's the interesting fact that somebody was listed because we have a couple of guys that are actually on the IL. Shane Boz, Andrew Kittredge, they all have Tommy John. But the thing is these guys were all acquired by us. So they weren't drafted by us.
So they're used goods?
No. Essentially what it is like, so Taj Bradley, Shane McClanahan. They're 2 pitchers that we drafted. When we drafted them, they immediately went into our farm system, our system. No other teams. Neither one of them has had an elbow injury. However, Drew Rasmussen, Jeffrey Springs, Tyler Glasnow, Andrew Kittredge, Shane Boss, all we got we traded for them, so they were in another organization. So the thing is one of the knocks for the Rays is that we don't let pitchers pitch enough. Like, we'll pull a guy after 5 innings, and everybody's like, dude, he was doing great. Like, he was doing awesome. Why would you pull him? Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
That's why. Because we're not going to have our guys go out there every week, go 7 innings, then blow their elbow out in 2 years, and then they're, an average pitcher after. We can't afford to have that happen. And that's just the way it is. Like,
do you think that's a better way to operate if you have relief pitchers?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Is you need to have, pitching, and we've got a guy who has who had a neck injury, who's rehabbing, who I hope is back, Sean Armstrong. I'm just nervous about our middle relief section. I think that Pete Fairbanks is one of the best closers in baseball, the 9th inning guy who comes in and shuts it down. He blew a save against the Mets. It is what it is. Shit happens. Nobody's perfect. The fact that the Mets did it to him is more impressive than the fact that he actually had it done, So, I think Jason Adams a great pitcher. I think that we're struggling with lefty arms. I don't know. So statistically, Colin Poche has been really good, except every time that he pitches, he just gives me an anxiety attack. I don't know why, but it's so funny because every time, I think it's because he's hurt us in the past, and as you get, just in any profession, you're a teacher, you're a better teacher 5 years in than your first year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's it's something you acquire different tools and trades, and you think you have this toolbox in your brain of how to teach, and as the longer you go, the more you accumulate.
You get.
Yeah. So but it's one of those things where with Poche, yeah, he's had some rough seasons, but we finally this year he's been doing pretty well, but we just can't tell. We know, and we have Jalen Beeks, who I think is really good. We've got a couple of guys that we've acquired, but it's a constant carousel because you can only keep so many people on your roster. Well, the problem is because we don't have any starters, we're using so much of the bullpen that essentially what we're doing is we're beating the system in a way of we'll have a pitcher pitch, send him down to AAA, call up a AAA pitcher, have him pitch, send him down, call up another AAA pitcher, have him pitch, send him down, so that we constantly have a fresh arm for somebody throwing. Well, what's happening is there's a reason why these guys are in AAA. They're not ready for the majors, or something like that. We need to trade for a reliever. Bad. And a lot of people are going to say, well, no, we should trade for a starter, which would make sense in the concept because we had 5.
But not in the long run.
Where if we acquired a young middle reliever that we could keep in our bullpen for years to come, that's better for us because next year, under contract, we still have Shane, Jeffrey Springs, Tyler Glasnow, Drew Rasmussen, Taj Bradley. Which one am I missing? Zach Eflin. We've got, I think we still have the rights to Yanni Chirinos, Josh Fleming. Shane Boz is coming back. He's a starter. So now we have 8 or 9 starting pitchers. So you could put Fleming and Chirinos into the bullpen because they'll, they're like the 2 to 3 inning guys, and they're good pitchers. They can, they can figure it out. So it works out. It'll end up working out, but it's like, dude, that's the problem with like injuries is the MLB season's so long that like if your pitcher's coming back, you can only put like Band-Aids on it. Like if you lose a pitcher to an elbow sprain and he misses 3 months, well, 3 months you need to find a pitcher, but when he comes back, he has to have a spot. Because he was good before he got injured. So if you give up your draft picks or other players to trade for another pitcher, you're going to end up losing your assets for a pitcher that isn't going to be used as much once the guy gets back. So that's why you have people calling up these AAA guys and stuff like that to essentially just, they call it eating up innings. He eats up innings where, there's some of those AAA guys that, have pitched very well. And Taj Bradley, he was up and he had 3 wins. We sent him back down to AAA and then he just was shit. He couldn't get through 4 innings, and then today he pitched 5 innings and only gave up a run, which is hey, that's pretty good for the kid. So
why can't you said that the Rays have a lot of starting pitchers? Why can't they move some of those starting pitchers to middle?
We don't have a lot of healthy starting pitchers. Next season, we're going to have... What's up, Mike? Next season, Mike, we're going to have more starting pitchers than we know what to do with. That is when... Because I know where you're going with this. Why don't you just take the starter and put him into the bullpen?
Yeah.
So it's... I've talked to people about it, and they're kind of 2 different positions.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2 different positions where, like, a reliever can get ready to pitch in a game in 10 minutes. He gets up, does his stretch. And yeah.
We were just talking
about we were just talking about it, Mike. You missed it. So, you get the stretch. He starts warming up. He's ready in 10, 15 minutes to go into a game. Starting pitcher takes 2 or 3 hours. Now, is that something that can be changed? Absolutely. Like, 100%. So, it's a thing where, like, you can change. And Jeffrey Springs and Drew Rasmussen, when they were acquired by the Rays, they were bullpen guys. We changed them into starting pitchers, which you see a lot more of that than the other one. What are they doing? Dude, Mike is sunburnt so bad.
Oh, you look worse than me at graduation, Mike. Holy crap.
Mike, dude. Did he just send that snap to you?
Yeah, he did.
Dude, Mike, you look roasted right now.
Josh looks pretty old. He looks like one of those game show hosts.
Game show host?
That's like sweating on camera.
What is happening?
Sorry, ADD.
Yeah, it happens. Dude, you look bad, bro. Somebody needs to get Mike some lotion, and not for his dick. For his fucking face. From Josh. What happened from Josh? Did Josh make you red? Oh, lotion from Josh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Mama. My boy. Mike, I'm so glad that you got to spend so much time with Josh and Lindsay on their honeymoon.
Were you in the middle?
Josh is like, it's Dude's Day. So Josh is like, Lindsay gets her own room. Josh and Mike. And that's fun, man. I seriously hope you're having a good time, man. I hope you're having an awesome time, dude, because you deserve to have a little bit of a break, and it looks like it's beautiful there. I'm glad your Mets are starting to turn it around. That kid that you guys called up too from AAA hit a fucking rocket off of us, and then Pete Alonso.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Well,
Red Rocket.
no. The good thing about us playing the Mets is that the next time that we would have to play the Mets would be in the World Series. So Pete Alonso will stop hitting homers off of our fucking pitchers. In 3 games, he hit 2 homers.
That's insane.
Is he just gonna type Red Rocket over and over again?
You know, maybe he's.
Maybe he is the Red Rocket because he's sunburned.
That's what the Dominicans call him.
Oh, that's fun. There's a lot of talented people in the Dominican. My dad used to work with a Thick Daddy. I think Mike's drunk. Mike's drunk in the chat. Mike's drunk in the chat, and I love it.
So, Mike, while you're sitting there, think of some shots.
Think of some shots, dude.
Think of some shots you took today.
Actually, don't, because you're going to ruin it. Because we're going to do the countdown here shortly. But anyway, back to it. Okay, settle down. So, I'm sorry, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so it's essentially like 2 different positions. You have the starting pitcher and, like, relieving pitchers. But it's one of those things that, like, you can change into one or the other. The thing with the relief pitchers, it's super high velocity, where it's like, hey, you go in and you're throwing as hard as you can because you know you're only going to throw the ball 25 times because you're only pitching an inning. Where a starter throws 100 pitches.
When would they put a relief pitcher in? Just
so, like, if a starter throws like 100 pitches, you can't put all that on much more on his arm. So let's say he goes 6 innings and he throws 100 pitches. And if you're up 2 runs, the 9th inning would be for the closer. The 8th inning is for a setup guy, and the 7th inning is for a reliever. So, like, those are all bullpen guys. So you would have a guy come in for the 7th inning, and he throws, I don't know, 20 pitches on a bad day, maybe 15. So he's giving it all he has for 15 pitches. Because he knows after he throws that 1 inning, day's done. Like, he's over, Like, he gets to sit back. He gets to sit in the dugout with the guys and hang out or whatever. Where, like, a starting pitcher, like, you have to make your arm last 100 pitches. And it's more than 100 pitches because they warm up before each inning.
Well,
so
yeah, you see him on the side out there.
And they throw pitches before, and then they, in between innings, they're throwing pitches. And the pitch clock itself, all it does is just, it makes them hurry their routine. It doesn't make them
pitch more,
throw it harder, or they're throwing more pitches in a short amount of time, but they were ultimately going to do that anyway. But I think, the concept is, hey, they're giving their arm a rest, even if it's for a second. Well, if you're unleashing a baseball and you're throwing it 99 miles an hour, just ignore the chat at this point. We'll wait. But so it's like, if you got a guy that's throwing like 99 miles an hour, you know what I mean? Even if he waited 3 minutes before each pitch, he's still putting a 99 mile an hour multiple pitches onto that elbow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times you do it in a short amount of time. Now, I could just be a fucking idiot, and maybe it does matter. But to me, I don't think it does.
But I think that, like you're kind of right, though. They train for this thing.
They do, yeah.
Constantly. It's not like it's just a random thing where they just go out.
Correct.
And do this. Like, oh, here, I'm going to, put on a show, and then we're done.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys, and even to put it into perspective, like Little League, the kids have a pitch count. If they throw over like 70 pitches, they can't throw for like a week.
Really?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to be strategic starting then. But so, it's the concept of like, all right, so ultimately in a system that we have like this, the starting pitcher ideally would go 6 innings. That would be a perfect day for them. And then the bullpen takes over. Well, sometimes you throw more pitches. Maybe he throws 5 innings. Maybe some days he goes 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. But ideally it goes about 6. So what ends up happening is it puts more of a value on a relief pitcher than some starting pitching. So, like, for us, it's like, oh, okay, so you guys need a pitcher, just sign one. Well, there's a reason why the guys that are not on our team are not on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Because they suck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to blatantly put it. But if we're going to sign anybody, it's going to be a relief pitcher. Because we need more of them. Because they're pitching, you know what I mean? We use more relief pitchers in a day than a starter.
Well, what do you think the Rays don't have as many now because they were banking on having those pitchers that are injured? Or is it or is it like a cost-saving measure?
No, that's how it works. I mean, going into the season, like, we had... I mean, even with our relief pitchers now, I mean, we lost Garrett Clevinger. He's out. For some reason, Mike is calling me on Snapchat.
Why don't you answer it?
Because I don't know if it's Mike or not.
Oh,
But
it could be a fat dick.
let's see. But it could be one of those situations where, well,
Is that them?
I got a miss call from Mike.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, so it's it's a situation too where we lost one guy for the season, and then other people get hurt, and then you end up all of a sudden you're in a hole. You're losing a couple of pitchers. Well, it's not that easy to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with the starters. What's up, man?
Let's go.
What's going on? What's up, Jason?
Hey, show the camera.
What's hard? You bring it up.
Hello. Hi, everybody. This is it's a perfect time to call me.
It is perfect.
Right in the middle of a podcast. Right in the middle of my starting pitcher, relief pitcher. No, you're fine. I know, buddy. You're good. You're good, man. How's the Dominican treating you?
Anything else about you, Cody?
Okay, that's fine.
He's like, Cody is my better half. And then I'm like, wow, that's sad.
You guys having a good time, though? Yeah, dude, you're roasted, bro.
So do you...
Oh, it's funny because Mike said, "Look at his nipples." Something's been happening that. So it's good that you bring up nipples. So for like a week now, my fucking nipple has been hurting, my right nipple, and I'm like, why? I was like, there's nothing on it. Like, I'm like, what's wrong with my fucking
am I
nipple?
Getting like that movie with Patrick Swayze?
So no, it's really funny. Well, it turns out, you know how I wear those muscle shirts?
Yeah.
So what it is the top of my body is so fucking large that the shirt itself doesn't go down. So the side of the shirt goes across my nipple, and it's irritating it, and I didn't even fucking know until like afterwards. I'm like, ow, like it like hurts and shit. That's a fun little thing that I found out this week.
I'm so wide I don't feel nothing no more.
Yeah, dude, I'm just a wide boy. You guys drinking? Yeah, a little bit.
What shot did you just have 5 minutes ago?
How are you drinking draft beer? Do you guys have like a kegerator there? Do you guys have a kegerator there?
No, everything's inclusive, so everything's...
They have kegs in the room?
Yeah, but how did you get a... Is that a draft beer, or did you pour that into a cup?
No, these are Presidentes.
What's
Presidente. It's the beer.
No, but I've never had one.
Shitts wants to know...
Is it like Modelo?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
It's similar. It's similar. I was like, I was so excited, and then she's
that
like,
don't sound like
yeah,
Spanish
so,
to me.
¿Dónde está?
Gringo.
¿Dónde está cerveza? ¿Dónde?
Happy ending.
Hey, if you see anybody that randomly is throwing 98-mile-an-hour baseballs, make sure you bring them back with you in the luggage so we can send them to the Rays.
What do you want to bring?
Yes, show them the curve. All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Feel free to keep watching the podcast, but I'll talk to you guys later.
We're going to talk about shots in a minute.
Good for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. I could tell that Jason's drunk because he went in at like, hi, D. Hi, I'm doing the podcast right now.
Oh, she just turns away from me.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck.
Talk about me.
All right, hey, I'll talk to you later, bud. All right, see ya. So what were you doing?
Well, speaking of drinking, do you want to talk about it now?
We can do our shots. Yeah.
We talk about shots.
So it's something that I don't know why we started. I think I came up with the idea.
No, I did. It was
No.
my idea.
No. The shots was your idea, but the whole concept of this game I came up with.
Oh, the
original one, where we go back and forth. Well, Mike and I would go back and forth to do.
Wait, I think you guys started talking about something, and then you're like, "Hey,
Yeah, because it was the draft season.
Yeah.
Which, when Mike comes back, you should do it too. Like,
Well,
do the three of us.
I'm gonna hook up another mic, and I guess I'll sit next to Mike.
Yeah.
Hook up another mic, and I'll sit next.
Well, like, I mean, in like segments like that, you should do it too, where like that way there's more options.
Shit's is top 5.
Shit's is top 5 things to read while shitting. No,
Well, remember, we're still saving one in the pipe of bitches' last names. No, not last names, first names. Remember, we didn't do that one yet, or did you and Mike do that one?
no, I don't think so.
No.
I think we just started going off on it. What was it? It was women's
names most likely to be a hoe.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That will get us canceled.
Why?
Well, I don't know, because we're calling random women hoes.
Okay, then we could also do a top 5 of guys' names most likely
That
to
still
be a
doesn't
hoe.
help. We're still calling people hoes. I feel like
Chad.
Chad.
Jeff.
Greg. No. Chet. Chet's
Chet.
Oh. Joey. Mm-hmm.
Peter.
Oh, I swear to God, Peter. Peter.
Anyway.
So yeah, today.
So the today's one is now Cody just made shots. But
top 5. It's top 5 shots.
Plainly, but I think of more shots you can drink with a beer.
And that's probably what he's gonna put in the group thing for people to vote on.
Yeah.
So it's better in your favor.
Well, I know a lot of people don't. Not everybody drinks beer, but when I think of a shot that's tolerable,
Yeah.
like literally, I drink it and I could chase it with a beer. Like it's not.
Normally, if I hate it, I chase it with a beer.
Or you sip on the shot and you drink a beer. Like that's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen? I've talked to multiple people that have been like, oh yeah, you know, somebody will be like, hey, we're at the bar or whatever, and they'll say, oh, I'll go for a shot and a beer.
Yeah.
Have you heard that term?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that? What is that? You go for one shot and one beer and you leave?
No.
That's what they're saying.
That's not what
one
I
shot
say.
and one beer.
I say, hey, let's go for a shot and a beer. Normally, I don't personally drink that many shots. Like I don't go because one.
Also, I don't like to mix.
Well, here's the problem, and we ran into this plenty of times.
Here's the issue
During bowling. Okay. Consecutive shots in 1 hour
is not good.
Is not a good day.
Especially because it's never the same fucking shot.
And you can't end with a shot. For example, the other night we went downtown, and I was doing fine. I must have had, I don't know, a bucket and a half of beers.
I cannot emphasize this enough. Continue. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Okay. I decided to win a bet. I won a game. I won a shot.
Yeah.
And, you just drink what they give you. Of course, well, I'm not going to say yet what it was. But I ended the night on that note because it fucks you up.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
The thing is like, if you're fucked up and somebody hands you a shot, two things. One, it's going to be a disaster. You already know. But the second thing is that you're not strong enough to be like, nah. You're like, I'm going to fucking take this and I'm going to blaze it. And the reason, not in your situation, because you weren't fucked up. You took the shot.
I was pretty buzzed at that point.
Yeah, well, you took the shot and then you got fucked up. I'm talking about if I'm already drunk if I'll take a shot, sometimes I'll take a shot and it'll mess me up so bad I'll leave. I'll be like, I'll take a shot. I'll be like, too drunk, gotta call an Uber. Like, even though I was calling an Uber anyway, but like, I'll stop hanging out with people because of the way that a shot sits on my stomach.
Well, case in point. So, that was it. Not my past birthday, the birthday before. We had it at bowling. I must have had like 4 shots at the bowling alley. Probably some other. And then I don't know how many beers I had, but then we got to Fanatics, and
It's a banger.
And like you have to travel there, and then you sit down, and somebody gives you a shot, and you already have a beer sitting there, and you're already pretty wasted by this point.
That's who we should have to sponsor the podcast.
Fanatics
Or In Cahoots. Fanatics or In Cahoots.
Well, we got to do a consistent product, I think.
Yeah.
A little while
Fucking In Cahoots.
Yeah.
That's.
I seriously want to see you guys do a karaoke night.
Oh yeah, that would be a good time.
I mean,
we just do the pot at In Cahoots like once a month.
Yeah.
We're just like, what's up, guys?
Hey. But the it's when if you have the shots early enough, it's not so bad.
Yes, yeah. If you could pace it where you have them, even if you have them early, then you just chill out. You're chilling.
Yeah.
Not even drinking beer. Maybe have a water, have a conversation. You know, just kind of chill out, listen to some music, vibe, really fucking work it in, and then go to like beer, and then just kind of coast out with a couple of beers.
If you mix them like I don't want to call it gently is the weird word.
Gently,
but you ease them in. So like say you have 2 beers an hour, and then you have a shot in between. It's like a sandwich. It's like alcohol. It's an alcohol sandwich.
It's an alcohol sandwich. It fills you up.
It fills you up. And then you have quite a few bathroom breaks.
See, dude, I hate mixing them.
Not binging and purging, but you have a little bit of a
you gotta pee, dude. Dude, when I break the seal, it's the worst. Dude, I have to as soon as I break the seal, I have to pee every 20 minutes for the next 4 hours.
Are you sure your food baby's not pressing on your bladder?
I swear to God, dude, it's so bad. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? But it is what it is.
Okay.
Anyway, oh yeah, the shots. Sorry.
So I'm gonna let Cody go first on this one.
Are you?
I'm curious to see what you had first.
What did I put first? Lemon drop.
Of course you did.
It's a good one.
Okay, I have a question about the lemon drop because every place does it a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like sugar or salt on the rim of the glass, if they give you any?
I prefer sugar.
And do some places give you a lime? No.
They supposed to give you a lemon.
A lemon. Yeah.
It's called a lemon
drop. I know. But some shots do. You know. The worst is Patron. I can't do Patron shot. It's nasty.
It might be on my list.
Oof.
But I'm gonna go lemon drop.
Okay, lemon drop is your number one.
Yeah.
My number one, and this is not in any particular this is I have to have this one. This is a pickleback. It's technically a shot.
Yeah, pickleback.
Yeah,
That's gross.
I love it.
I like pickles. Fucking gross.
Oh, I bet you love pickles. I'm deep throating those pickles.
Every time, dude. Like, pickles are sliced, guys. I'm not fucking hammering pickles down my throat. I'm not glawing on pickles. Anyway.
No, I do like picklebacks. The worst was I was tricked. Hold on.
Oh, that's fun.
There is something out there.
Did you get roofied?
No.
Oh.
It's called the pickleback vodka.
That's gross.
Yeah. So I thought this was a regular pickleback. What'd you say? Hey, Danielle.
There's so many other better tequilas than Patron. Well, not to mention, Patron is so expensive. 1800's pretty good.
Never had that one, I don't think. I probably had it mixed with something, but I haven't.
What is it? What's the super popular one that everybody has?
Jose Cuervo's not.
Is that a tequila?
I don't think that's a tequila. Am I wrong?
No, I think it is tequila.
It's a Spanish name, so it has to be
Jose
tequila.
Cuervo? I think so. Well, the people in the chat will correct us.
Yeah, because I'm not looking it
I
up.
think Jose Cuervo is a tequila.
Don Julio.
Don Julio is a good one. What's up, Nate? Dude, Nate, man. Oh, dude. I haven't seen Nate in forever, man. He was left fielder on my softball team out at GT. Well, not my softball team, but the softball team I was on. He's a good guy. What's up, Nate? Don Julio is a good one. Now we're getting into some shit. What up, dude? I hope things are well with you, man. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. 1800 is solid. God bless you.
Doer.
Is that an animal or what is it?
I don't know. I think she's drunk.
She's drunk. She's like, it's a It's like, oh my god, this is my song.
It's a martini.
Oh man, dude, yeah, tequila. I don't. You know, it's. See, I told you, Jose Cuervo is tequila. I don't like tequila. I don't like what it does to me.
It doesn't make your socks fall off, does it?
No, it like fights with my body. I feel like when I take it, like when I'll take a shot, some shots, and I'll feel it, you know, like the warmth, and it'll go like, you know, into your stomach, and then it goes away. Not tequila. Like, it stays there. You know, it has like a quinceañera in my stomach, like a little party. It's not good. It's an aged tequila.
Well, you know, speaking of that, you know, I don't know if anybody else has a problem, but like, if you don't drink, now it sounds like an alcoholic problem, but I swear it's not. It's I don't know if you guys have had where like a certain alcohol, like tequila, sits, if you don't drink enough of it, or you don't, like, you just drink small amounts, it will sit in your certain joints. Like if, I don't know, the weirdest thing, I think because I have what's called TMJ, and if I don't, like, let's say I'm drinking a beer, and I don't drink, I'm putting up my microphone.
You're like, say I drink a beer?
Yeah, I drink a beer. If I drink one beer and I don't drink, you don't drink another one, it'll just sit there.
I think I'm going to show thigh today, by the way. That's where we're going. A couple of hams.
Don't pull a hammy over there.
So, yeah, so it gets caught, and then, like, what? Like,
it aches.
That's wild.
Until I drink another beer. It could be the Irish
and German. Do you hear about the girl?
It could be the Irish and German. You never know.
Well, I'm Irish and German. It didn't ache for me. But I also have, like, my beard grows in red, and now partially white.
Haven't you noticed that? So a little couple white hairs here and there.
So, did you hear about the girl that, like, she did, like, some acid or whatever, and then, like, after her acid trip or whatever, she was just, like, driving down the road where, like, she wasn't on acid anymore, so she was doing fine, but she had, like, she went and cracked her neck, and she cracked her neck and then released more acid because the acid was, like, so that she had, like, an acid trip and then crashed into, like, a tree.
She died?
Oh. I didn't get to that part of the story. I was fulfilled when I crashed into the tree. I was like, holy fuck. I didn't need to know the ending.
Dead end.
Wow. Wow. Settle it down.
Stop in the name.
Hey, you're the one that's talking about. So, what was it? It wasn't last week. A couple weeks ago, Shitts' phone went off. And it was playing a song. And he didn't edit it out of the video because it was so quick.
You didn't think about it.
YouTube tagged us for a copyright.
Yep.
Because of the 5 seconds of a song. That's insane. Yep. Also, good to know that YouTube's watching. Appreciate y'all. You guys are homies. It's so funny. Oh, yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I did pickleback. You did tequila.
Green tea shot.
Son of a bitch.
It's a good one.
That was my second one.
Yeah. Sucks to suck, dude.
Now, haven't you noticed every bar makes it a little bit different?
Yeah. I think that's what makes a good shot. You know what I mean? Because, like, I have another one on here that it's a downtown Bradenton shot. And it's like it's almost...
It's with a side of pills and
right,
heroin.
downtown Bradenton. It comes with heroin.
No, fentanyl. There you go.
Because of heroin, fentanyl, a divorce. No, but it's something that's made in different bars downtown, and at least it used to be back when I would drink downtown. So, but it's one of those, that is made different everywhere. Like it's like, have you ever had a drink called a dirty bong water?
Not since I was like 18.
Yeah. Well, 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're made different. There's some that are purple. There's some that are green.
Mm.
It's a sweet, sugary for children. It's
Tastes like a bar mat.
It's very similar. So it's the same kind of concept with one of the shots. I don't want to say it because it's one of my, like, if I need to pull it out of my ass, I got to pull it out and use it in the group in case you steal one. So I don't want to say the shot, but yeah. So green tea, eat a dick. I'm winning.
I'm gonna copy you. White tea.
White tea.
There is such a thing as
That's
a white
racist.
tea shot. Maybe it's racist.
I don't know what's in a white tea shot. See, you can't. See, here's the thing: is we're doing this for votes. So Mike, I appreciate Mike because he's very set in his ways, and that's one of my favorite things about him. But what Mike does is he does what he wants. I'm a man of the people. I know what the people want. It's not necessarily what I want because we're doing it for votes.
The people don't want a Bud Light.
What do we win? Absolutely nothing. But I want to feel superior as a human.
Well, Bud Light's not a superior light beer.
That has nothing to do with anything. All I'm saying is, you're going with I like this. That's great, and other people might like it, but that might get you one or two votes.
I
would prefer a Pinot, whatever's fresh.
a pina colada. There you go.
Pina colada.
Yeah, I'd say a white tea. A white tea, I've had it a couple times, and it's different enough than a green tea. I think it's the type of, because green tea has like a orangish kind of flavor to it. Something, I forget what they use in it. White tea is something else. I don't remember. But it's but I knew you were gonna pick green tea for me, so I had to pick white tea.
That's wild, dude. I've never even heard of a white tea shot.
It's similar, I think, to a White Russian. I think.
Okay, now we're talking. White Russians are dope, dude.
Yeah.
I just watched The Big Lebowski too many times, so I was like, oh, the White Russian is gonna be the best drink, and then I had them. I had like a good one. And it was like, oh, dude, this is fire. I mean, it's.
See, I'm not crazy.
I'm not saying that it's not a shot. What I'm saying is that it's hardly ever ordered.
That's why it's so good.
All right, so now things are gonna go a little dark for me. For shots.
Are we going back to like before Civil War? What are we talking
No.
about? What are you talking about?
4 Horsemen.
Never had one.
Yeah, it's what is it? Johnny, Jim, Jack, and Jose.
All mixed together?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 4 separate glasses. No?
No,
No.
it's all together, and it's a fucking disaster.
That makes my butt hurt just thinking about it.
That's a weird thing to hurt.
It makes you, like, it's going to come out. Like,
That's true, dude.
yeah. Makes it's basically green tea, but with... Oh, that's why I like it so much.
I think so. Here's a funny thing, and don't make fun of me. What is in a green tea shot? What is the liquor that's in it?
Well, Danielle would probably know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why does she know all of the? She knows the answers to all of our questions. You notice that whenever we say something, she goes, "It's this." Be like, "Thanks."
Well, I don't think of it as Danielle being a connoisseur of the bar. I think of it as if I went up to a bartender, "Hey, what's in that?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Get the hell out of my bar." Danielle asking in a bar, "Hey, what's in that?"
They'll tell her.
They'll tell her,
Yeah.
right? Am I wrong, Danielle?
That's what happens, dude. Happens to me. I mean, people tell me, but I have I've got a pretty face, so it makes sense.
It depends on what level you're on.
Yeah, it does. All right, what's yours?
Wait, white tea? No, I just went white tea. It's yours.
Yeah, and I said the 4 Horsemen.
Oh, I gotta write it down. Sorry.
Dude, you're the worst.
My ADD is like
Out of control,
out of control today.
dude.
I'm sorry.
You
Not
showed
sorry.
up and then you put the bag down and then you just kind of like stood in my living room and you're just like, oh yeah, that's what I was like, oh shit, dude. That
Okay.
is potent.
This potent?
Potent.
What's potent?
stinky?
I didn't fart.
I didn't either.
I know
Maybe
I
she's
showered.
talking about your ass comment.
I wipe my own ass.
No, I mean when you're like, oh, that makes my ass hurt.
No, one of my students wanted me to show a Big
I
Daddy.
wipe my own ass.
Yeah.
I know. Jameson is the other one.
That's in
It's
it.
not Jose. It's Jameson.
Yeah.
Because you can't mix the clear with the darks.
No, that's
No, I meant with liquor, dude. Don't fucking try to turn this shit around.
you can't mix the Osmosis Jones with the
Dude,
dark.
just settle down. Don't try to fucking turn this around.
Okay. This, I've been drinking this since I was 21.
Nice.
Okay, this next one, not wrong, but
See how she just knows.
I also just know.
She just knows. See? I don't know how she knows, but she just knows.
What is she, like a psychic?
Maybe she fucking is, and we don't even know it, but she does.
I've been drinking this since I was 21. I don't know.
21?
I don't remember why we started drinking this. One of my old car workers and I, Jess. Shout out to Jess. But it has stuck around ever since, and has gotten me in trouble, and has gotten Mike in trouble. And Mike can know what I'm talking about. My last birthday.
Okay.
You were there, weren't you?
Probably.
We went to no forest. What the hell? Hold on a second.
Is that your phone going off?
Is that?
Oh, shit.
Bitches.
I knew it. I fucking knew you were gonna be like, fucking bitches. Oh, was like, chill out, bro.
No.
Who fucking texted you? Probably
Yeah.
Mike. You guys are doing great. Thanks, man. Yeah, sorry, it was
Hey.
bitches.
Your dick is small.
Oh shit.
So,
Thanks.
the Rumpelmans.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A shot of this. I don't know. When I was 21, it was that and green teas.
Do people do shots of Rumpelmints as like a
I don't do
joke?
I don't do them as a shot, as like going back to the original premise. It's a shot and a beer. Like I could sip on that and have like a Michelob or Bud Light, and that'd be great because it gets you. It's 100 proof, so it gets you where you need to be with the beer quickly.
You're a fucking psychopath. Dude.
I'm also German, and that's some kind of
It
German.
doesn't matter.
thing.
I'm German too.
Yeah, it's German.
I'm
too.
straight out of the Nazi regime German, dude. I'm so German that I know that Rumpelmints is terrible. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Rumpelmints.
To put it into perspective, when I lived with Chuck, we had a bottle of Rumpelmints in our freezer for 3 years.
Was that from me?
Probably.
I think that was.
You're the kind of guy that
I
would
think
bring it
that-
over and
I
leave it in my fucking
I swear to
fridge.
God, that was me, because that was one of my birthdays.
Probably.
We had a birthday at the apartment.
Who's like, I want the Rumpelmints? What is wrong with you?
Oh, I remember Bird taking it, and he was like,
Yeah, it's,
"Oh my God,
it's fucking terrible, dude. It's like fucking taking a shot of aftershave or whatever, dude.
No, that is not. You know it is. Oh, what was it? I just lost it. Where'd it go? It'll come back.
Rubbing alcohol. No.
No,
Alright.
no, it's pretty close. Whatever.
You talking about like the shit that makes people go blind that gets made?
Not moonshine.
Oh.
No, that you don't take shots of. You chug. No.
You fucking dude, you
'Cause-
spin around a barrel 3 times, you drink half of it, then you try
And
to
you
fucking,
pour the other half in the fire to make
Yeah.
fire go bigger. I
then
don't
you
know.
try to fucking throw a football through the tire and then you figure it out.
My big green tractor.
Is it my turn?
That reminds me of when I think of moonshine.
It's
your turn.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's Fireball and rum chata. It's delicious.
Fireball. What?
Remember the pool room?
Yeah.
I used to have $4 Cinnamon Toast Crunch shots.
Really?
And then when I first started going there at the time, it was like $2 16-ounce Bud Light cans and
$2
$4 Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I would get fucking blasted
for
there.
$2
For
a beer.
$20, dude. You drink like 10 beers and like, you know, I mean, I'll drink like 5 beers and like a shot, and I'm like, I'm good to go, dude. Like, ready to rock. We would end the night there because we knew like it was we couldn't start there because it would get too wild too quickly.
Yeah.
So you got to end the night there. That's it, dude.
Yeah. Wasn't there also a breakfast shot, like in that orange juice or something in it?
You know, you saying it, like, put something into my mind that like I might have heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
Well, like, all I can
I tell you what, it sure would be like, I don't know if this is like a bold take or whatever, but the fucking Bloody Mary is disgusting.
Who's bloody?
The Bloody Mary that people have when they're like, we want to drink all day, so we'll start in the morning with Bloody Marys.
And mimosas.
And mimosas. Mimosas are fine. You just can't have too many because you'll get a headache because of all the champagne. Bloody Marys are disgusting. Fucking, if you're going to drink all day, put some hair in your chest, crack open the fucking Coors Light.
I knew that you were going to say that. I know.
Dude, they're so gross. Was it like fucking vegetable juice and like, dude, no.
Oh, I guess
They put a piece of celery in it. Granted, I like celery, but
It sounds like if the Golden Girls were on a diet, they'd get a Bloody Mary.
dude, I'm telling you, have you never had one?
No.
Dude.
I don't think I want one.
No, you don't. Don't ever do it, dude, for me. Just because, like, you're not going to, like, you're going to live such a better life knowing that you've never had to have one.
Thanks, Cody.
That's what I'm here for.
You like an infomercial? No Bloody Mary.
No, Bloody. Hi. Have you or a family member experienced a Bloody Mary before? You may be entitled to compensation.
No, I haven't had one, because guess what? It has a celery stick in it. It's
bloody,
like, when was the last time I went, ooh, I really
a
want
Bloody
celery
Mary
stick.
cocktail contains vodka, tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce,
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire. The Shire, dude,
Worcestershire?
whatever. Hot sauces, garlic, herbs, horseradish, celery,
Bacon.
olives, pickled vegetables, salt, black pepper, lemon juice, lime juice, and celery salt.
Is it like a hangover cure?
Some of the versions of the drink, such as the surf and turf, include shrimp and bacon as garnishes. With your alcohol.
When does seafood and alcohol go together?
Never.
Never.
Not never.
Never.
Not fucking ever, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Who does that? Who's like, hey, so...
I want to smell the ocean while I'm drinking a beer.
Dude, yeah, look at it.
Ew.
It's fucking gross, dude. It's gross. Every week I go off on something. I feel like I'm an old man at this point that's just like, these damn kids on my lawn.
What are in those darn Bloody Marys?
Right? What do you mean I need to have an email address? You know, like what are those?
You know, you just sounded like...
Huh.
You sounded like, what's his name? Oh, God, why am I blanking? I can't think today. The guy who sounds just like that with the yelling. Oh,
Guy sounds just like that. You sound just
he
like
just
that.
died the other year, too.
Oh, great. Good.
It narrows it down.
Was he an actor?
He did a lot of voiceovers, too.
I don't know. Sorry, bud.
He lived in Tampa.
I like an old guy voice.
Anyway.
It's one of my favorite voices.
Crusty
to do.
voice.
Yeah. Have you seen the scene from it's a delete? I don't know if it's a deleted scene, but it's the outtakes of Parks and Rec when they're sitting at the table and they're trying to like be like, oh, you know, we gotta talk like old people, and Chris Pratt goes, "Want to sit down and do my dirty business? My gonads dangle in the water." What if I flush them on accident? It's so good.
Chris Pratt, man.
I ran over my testicles with my Jowsing scooter. It's so good, dude. I do that, dude. I'll say
My hover round's horn is
Dude, yeah.
broken.
I just like you know what I mean? It's just a fun bit pretending to be like an old guy. Hello, what? What?
Your tits just poked me in the eye.
Hello? You see the old people yelling in the phone. Did you get my Christmas card? You know? We all know what that is. That's an older Jewish woman. Did you get my Christmas card I sent to you? I sent it in November. And you're like... You're like, why are you yelling? We're on the phone. Like, you know, so they're like, oh my God, because people don't know. I love old people.
That sounds like what's his name tried to in The Big Bang Theory with Christopher Walken. Remember?
No.
You never watched The Big Bang
I
Theory?
have. I don't remember the Christopher Walken episode.
Yeah, no.
Are you talking about when
the interpretation?
Mother, is that you?
Ooh,
You little boys.
coming home.
That's a good one.
Okay.
He's like, it's got a face on it.
I bet you there
that looks a lot like Nicolas Cage. Travel with caution.
I bet you there's a shot named after Nicolas Cage
I
and
guarantee it.
Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah, call it something like "Walking on Heaven's Door."
You know who that's saved for? Michael J. Fox.
Jeez. Get worse. I don't know. Oh God, dude.
Well, what?
People are gonna hate us, dude. So I love that.
I think that shot would make a mess on the bar.
Jesus Christ. Straight to hell.
Okay.
I also, by the way, cut off like 3 inches of my beard, and I hardly have a beard anymore, and nobody's noticed. So
I noticed you trimmed it. I went
no,
to
I'm
the
just
bathroom.
gonna be angry at you for the next 14 days and not tell you why. It's like, what do you?
You know, you should really do.
Huh.
Like right here, you have that little space there, which I actually finally able to grow all the way through.
Can't wait.
But I think you should do it. Shave all this off and do that. You look.
It's the reverse Hitler.
You wouldn't look white. Just start drinking tequila.
Stop. Okay, go. What? It's your turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. What
Sorry,
is it?
I did yours actually on line up, so I was like, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I didn't put your name at the top.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm not a math teacher. So my next one. Now, I don't know if you could really call this a shot. I guess you could. Yeah. You have to drink it fast. I haven't had many of them, but I do enjoy it because it's kind of like competition a little bit when you're drinking this shot. It's Irish Car Bomb.
Oh, the Irish Car Bomb.
It's something, I'm not a big fan of Guinness, but it's just ploop and then drink it really quick.
I'm sure that I've told the story of that I heard from Chuck on here before about when they were in Ireland.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, what do you guys do if somebody orders an Irish Car Bomb? And they're like, well, it's the equivalent of somebody from Ireland coming over to America and ordering an American school shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. So now I only refer to them as American school shootings.
Well, I wonder what they call it in the McCabe's then. They probably don't have that.
They probably don't make them.
Probably don't.
They probably don't. No. Let's see.
Is there another name for them?
What? Irish Car Bombs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right, so for my last one, I'm going to do it. It's the downtown drink I was talking about. The Patriot Missile.
That's a local drink?
It's not that it's a local drink. It's just everybody downtown makes them differently. The Patriot Missile at the Lost Kangaroo. I used to start out my night talking about a shot you could drink a beer after. I used to start out my night. The Patriot Missiles were like 3 for $12.
I was about to say, didn't they have a sale
They had
on
a
them?
special. It was like 3 for $12. I would have a buddy with me. I'd say, hey, you want a shot? And they'd say, yeah. And I'd order 3 Patriot Missiles and a Bud Light. and I'd slam. I would go and cheers them. They're like, "Who's the other one for?" And I'm like, "Me." And I'd slam one, slam the other, drink the beer, and be like, "All right, we're ready." And everybody would be like, "What the fuck?"
So 2 shots and a beer right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Wow. What's in it?
So a Smirnoff is in it.
Ooh.
Yeah. The grenadine, I think, because it's blue. It's red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
The red one is... No, what is the red one? Is that grenadine?
No, to get that blue color, I think is the greenish blue. I think that's grenadine.
Hold on. I'll look it up.
The red is the blood of children, or what?
Okay. So essentially what it is like different people make it differently. And the way that they made it over at... See, grenadine's red. She knows. So it's grenadine, and then it was a Smirnoff.
Were you a bartender in the
And
last
blue
life,
blue
Daniel?
curacao.
Blue
Curacao. So it's
What's
like
that?
a sugary thing. You get to be wired. That's why I would drink it, because I'd be like tired. I'd go down there and just fucking wow.
Is that like after Burger King?
Yeah, back in those days. Yeah, when you're fucking 20 years old, 21 years old, closing. I guess it would be 21 since I was going downtown. 21, 22 years old, closing out a fucking fast food restaurant, smelling like grease, going downtown and fucking hammering drinks, and then trying to...
Oh, because all the bars are about to close?
Yeah, because I'm getting out at 12.
Mm-hmm.
Bars closing at 2:30.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, it's a good drink. If we're ever downtown, I'll have you try one.
We're going to have to go down there and do it.
Yeah, because what it is they put... I forgot one of them they put in like a shot glass. It's like a bomb. And then they pour a Smirnoff in and then top it with... I think it's the grenadine they put in a shot glass, and you drop them in, and then it goes like to a red, white, and blue, and you just throw it back.
Do you want to hear how bad inflation is in my head?
Huh.
So you said
It used to be like 3 for 12.
3 for 12? What the order you just had would be like $25 now.
Oh, I guarantee it.
It's crazy.
World's
For the same liquor.
the world's going to shit. Did you get my Facebook request?
Did you look at my wall?
I put up a new photo of my dog on the wall, and Lorraine from down the street liked it. Remind me to thank her when we take our afternoon walk.
This is one that I don't know.
It's the last one.
It's the last one. This is one I have not had in a long time.
It's probably for a good reason.
I don't even know if they have it anymore.
I can't even tell you the last time I took a shot. It had to have been with you guys, because you guys are the only ones that make me do it. Maybe
I
bowling.
don't make you do it.
Yes, you guys do. You guys are like, you doing a shot?
Well,
Well, if I say
okay.
no, you guys are like, oh,
the etiquette,
what's wrong?
the etiquette of a shot. Okay, if somebody asks, here's the etiquette in my mind. If somebody asks you, hey, do you want a shot? That's the time you could say no.
Yeah.
But if somebody's got you one in front of your face,
You got to take it.
you gotta take it.
You have a choice.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
You got to throw it down. Throw it back.
Yep. Ooh,
So what was the shot?
Goldschlager.
It's got real gold
Oh,
chips in it.
It does.
I
The
know.
gold flake in it.
I know, dude.
I had that probably twice.
Oh.
Probably twice.
Goldschlager, like, if you want to catch underage drinkers, just see who's buying Goldschlager.
I don't
'Cause
think
they
kids
have
even
fake-
know what Goldschlager is.
Oh, I had it.
How much was it back in the day?
You can buy like a little handle for like $20, $25, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, what would they drink today if they were trying to sneak around? You know, look, people drinking High Noons now. It looks like a Monster can, like a Red Bull can.
Looks nothing like a Red Bull can. It's the same shape,
Yeah,
but it's like white. But I get what you're saying, dude. Like, everything's hidden now.
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why, like, they have covers that you could put over your can. That's like a koozie. That's a plastic thing. Mike had them, remember?
I have them still.
Yeah.
The one that looks like Dr. Pecker.
Yeah, Dr. Pecker and stuff. Like, you just put it on, and then everybody just, You know what I mean? It's crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, back then we had to really.
But it's also like one of those things where like the people that were our age now, when we were 21, were thinking the same shit about us, and we survived.
not really.
I mean, barely. But
I mean, back then we had uncles who would just get beer for us all the time, or
I had my brother.
or
Shout out, Chris. Shout out.
I mean, everybody in my.
Toph.
Oh, your brother's on there?
No, just give him a shout out because he used to get kegs.
Yeah.
He used to take my car to get kegs, and then come back, and then we'd tap the keg and just get fucking blasted, dude.
Were they like the little kegs?
No, they're fucking. I mean, they were little, but they're like that big. They had like 55 beers in them.
No, we no. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of my German heritage, but like, my dad. I remember the first sip of beer I had. It was from my dad when I was like 5.
Yeah, I think I was probably young too, but my dad didn't drink a whole lot until I got a little older.
I mean, my family. That was the one of the things that happened. I mean, look, my cousin from up north, she could drink a whole 24-pack of Twisted Tea on her own.
Twisted Tea?
Yeah.
Was she blasted?
Oh.
Did she have diabetes? All that sugar?
I don't think she does.
Huh. You want to talk about heritage and drinking?
Mm-hmm.
My great-grandfather died at 31 of alcoholism.
Is he Irish?
Very much so.
No way. I'm Irish. I can say it.
Fight on, brethren.
Well,
we'll take it from here.
Well, and then like every time we had a gathering,
it's so funny that you and I are talking like we do this on the daily.
What?
Like we're so confident. We're like, yeah, man, we'd go to the bar and get like 3 beers and 4 shots. Dude, I was in bed at like 9:45 last night. I haven't had a beer in like probably since the last time I had a beer with you, which was
that was weeks ago, wasn't it?
probably. I don't remember. Not because of the beer, but you know what? The comedy show. The night of the comedy show we went to. I drank then. That was the last time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't hardly drink anymore. I'm drinking tomorrow.
Lame. No.
I'm getting fucking
Who's
drilled.
driving?
Caleb.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You don't gotta drive. See, that's the best. I love that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, everybody I know, that's just what we did. And then I remember my German grandmother coming up to me. She's like, "Hey, you want a beer?" Like, wait, Grandma, I'm 10.
My buddy Blue, you know Blue. He has I think it was an uncle, I don't remember, but he had a family member, and for Christmas he would get him a 5-pack of beer. He's like, I got you a 5-pack, and it's just a 6-pack missing a beer. And I'm like, that's so, it's so funny, but it would be like a constant thing. And I would ask him, did you get your 5-pack? He goes, yeah, I did, So that's always fun. I got you a 5-pack. Like, I'll do that, like, if I have, like, an 18-pack. I, like, have one on the way there. I'll be like, guys, I brought you a 17-pack.
Nobody's going to count.
Nobody counts.
No.
Everybody's too busy grabbing and going. Dude, we've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes, dude. Look at us.
Last time we actually went an hour and 30.
Did we?
Yeah.
Dude, we're lasting a while.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies. No, just... That goes back to your hose comment or whatever. So, what'd you say, girls? Bitches? What'd you call them?
Bitches and hoes.
No, when you looked at your phone, you were like, bitches.
Bitches.
Yeah, bitches. Jesus Christ.
Actually, you know what phrase is coming back in the high schools? That's gay.
That's gay. It's coming back. Out of all the phrases, that one's got to be like the most offensive now.
Well, I was trying to explain it.
Like, dude, that's gay.
Like one of the kids was using it wrong.
He was using it out of the wrong context.
I was like, you guys don't understand. That used to be, if something went wrong, that's gay.
That's gay. Or if something went wrong, or if like something happened, it would be like, oh man, did you hear about hooligans? No, what happened? It burnt to the ground. That's gay. Like,
or we're like, hey, you can't come to the party. you're gay.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
gay, dude.
Yeah, it was just a phrase. Like,
And to be honest, it was one of those things where it was like we would say it to gay people, but
And
they
no-
would be like, "You're gay," you
Yeah,
know. They
no-
would say it back because it wasn't an offensive thing because people knew that we didn't mean it like that. But now it's a thing where it's like a spreadsheet. He said that word. He's this person, so it means this. So that I need to be offended now. You know.
I don't know. Like, and you see trends and stuff come and go, like kind of revolve, which they do.
I'm glad
But-
the mullet's back.
But I just don't understand, like, where the context came from. I just find it. I mean, I guess because somehow everybody's gay now. I don't. You know.
I've been trying to bring dope back. Not like drugs, but like, hey, that's dope. I've been saying dope for like 15 years, bro. It's not catching on, but it will.
I can't say that's the bomb anymore,
Yeah. Well, you can, just not in an airport.
or a school.
Probably a library as well. Or any government building. But
A JCPenney.
a JCPenney. What a very specific... A JCPenney inside of Cincinnati, Ohio. What are you saying right now?
I'm trying to think. What other phrases that we said? Well, Sawdo was the thing.
Well, that was way after
That was
us.
after.
We had... Were we part of the was that period?
No.
That was before us. We didn't really have
That was
one.
before us. What other phrases? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
I know we were kind of caught in like a middle, like a transitioning phase. I feel like, because we were really stuck in the '90s sometimes.
We're 90s kids
We're
that had to
90s
grow up in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And I keep seeing on like Instagram or something, they have like, I follow this '90s page, and I'm like, I totally remember some of this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, that lasted into the early 2000s. So I'm like, it doesn't click, you know? I don't know.
It's funny to think, and it goes the other way too. Like some things that you think are definitely 90s were actually in the 2000s, like, and they weren't in the 90s at all. But you just remember it like that, because to me, like, from literally, I guess, from when I was born to what feels like probably like 7th grade, I feel like was the 90s. Well, that's not the case, because I was like 12, so it was like 2003.
I would say I agree with that, because
Yeah, because we finished middle school in 05.
Yeah, that's actually when my students were born in 05. So we were wrapping up 8th grade, and they were born, and it's crazy. But no, I that's exactly right, because I swear, I think of the summer of 8th grade year, you know, all the songs that constantly every dance party somehow come up. Even at,
You remember going to bed in 1999 and you're like, I don't even know if we're going to be alive.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're like, shit, it's the exact same. There's no robots anywhere.
Everybody, nobody remembers Y2K. Nobody remembers that. That's like, you know, all the computers couldn't think past this point. We're all doomed.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It was chaos.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would say, what did she say? Oh, Y2K. Yeah.
You know, that's a music genre now.
What?
They call it Y2K, which is like 99 to like 2004 range of music. Like, I think like Backstreet Boys is considered Y2K.
That was a weird time, because I feel like
we were in the boy band time.
Well, or late 90s, we were like in the thing. I think of like, I don't want to call it like Taylor Swift kind of genre, but like all the singles. You had all the single artists, and then you had all the boy bands. You know, you had Offspring, you had some of those other ones. You know, but then the early 2000s, you got really poppy. You got, at least to me, you got, you know, you had all those one hits.
Everything went like dance electronica for a sec.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, that started in the 90s already. You remember? I can't remember. I'm so bad. See, I don't know how I'm a teacher. I don't remember names for crap. The stuff.
We were like, when we were born, wasn't that like the beginning of like grunge music?
No, that was earlier, I think.
It wasn't. No, I thought grunge music was in the 90s.
Well, grunge came out of punk, which
Yeah.
was
It went to like
80s.
punk, grunge, and then the people in grunge were like, we're just going to go back to punk. And then they just kind of went back to punk.
Yeah,
Grunge music was out for like 6 years.
yeah,
But they had some of the best bands that came out of it, right?
yeah.
Wasn't like Soundgarden grunge?
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, and then even that's why I find it so hard to understand like where some of today's music fits, because there really isn't that. I don't want to call it polarized, but there isn't like these categories. Like we used to have. Okay, if remember in middle school, it was you were either the rap kids or you were the rock kids.
yeah.
You know, you were like in those groups, and they don't exist anymore. That separation doesn't exist because these kids
Fucking Nirvana was considered grunge.
yeah, like all these people, like we were so separated in those, but
Dude, some of these fucking grunge like genre bands. This is what the internet's saying, not me. Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam,
really,
Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots.
that's grunge.
That's what they're saying. Foo Fighters. Since 94, that's not really grunge. But I know that Nirvana, so 87 to 94, Nirvana, they're saying that's grunge. So, like, we were in the middle. We literally, what the fuck? Oh, nice. We literally fucking were born in the middle of grunge.
Yeah, it's just I think we're constantly in we were constantly in transition, like, you know,
Yeah.
like we weren't 80s kids, like, but we were kind of born into the 80s just about.
Mm-hmm. The late 80s, yeah.
Well, being a historian perspective, is 80s lasted until the end of the Soviet Union, so like the October of '91. So really, everything changed right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the internet kind of was taking off, and then it exploded with the World Wide Web, and that kind of changed everything.
I feel like it should go by fives. I feel like it shouldn't, not like only 5 years, but what I mean is like the 80s. The 80s should be considered like. So like the 80s should be considered like 75 to 85, and then the late 80s should be 85 to 95. It feels like, because it was, they all blended together.
If you want to, you could, being a little technical, and I talk this with my students all the time, like when we time is a human construct, and when we define periods,
yeah.
especially when talking about history, you should define it by a turning point. Okay, we don't necessarily find, like they like to, here's the 80s. Well, in reality, like for example, when we talk about the civil rights movement, it technically started after World War II. Okay, though, at least the second one. This is remember the one when we learn about with Martin Luther King is the second one.
Yeah.
And doesn't end until 1975. So like you could say, it just happened in the 60s. No, it happened here and here.
Yeah.
It depending on where you choose the end point. So like you say,
And and that also depends on where you're located in the United States.
Right. There's a whole bunch of factors. But on the same token, like you said, the 80s ends. I'd say the 80s start in 78 and end in, the early 80s ends in like 85. You could say Reagan. And then another era of the 80s, the other half, with George Bush Sr., right?
Yeah.
And it's weird how that, because like for instance, the 90s really didn't end until 2001. If you really want to think about it, with 9/11, that's when everything kind of flipped on its head.
That's when people started like paying attention again.
Yeah, and then I think another transition phase we went to, and we saw that in high school, was the early 2000s really didn't. We saw another turning point in our lives, which was the 2008 recession. We saw that. That to me is another turning point. Where we saw a lot of other stuff. We were just graduating high school in the world, and they're like our high school couldn't afford textbooks, or something like that.
Yeah.
The senior year. It's just I know these kids think they've gone through that many changes, but they really haven't gone through that many turning points. Yeah, COVID, okay, but we had a lot more than that.
Yeah, and you're also looking at it as like a. I tell people all the time, and I've probably said this to you a billion times, but for somebody like me, I was born in '91. From '91 to where I am now at 31 years old, the technological advance is so much that a person like me, I'm numb to it. There isn't a piece of technology that I could think of off the top of my head that would impress me, because I've seen it in such a short amount of time. Like if I was born in 1950 and I was and it's like 2023 now, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, think of Back to the Future. Remember, I just saw that when we went to Grad Bash, I watched Back to the Future again because they had it on the TV on the bus. And the gap from 1955 to, was it 85, I think, in the movie?
Maybe, yeah.
If they did that movie today, it would only be going back to 1993.
Yeah.
But in that amount of time, I mean, or you could even, one of the turning points would be the invention of the smartphone in 2005.
Destroyed the universe.
I
mean, I shouldn't say destroyed, but it affected everybody for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
That one invention. And it's like now we've become lazier as a society.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's something that I don't know. This is what I was thinking while you were talking was, do you find yourself regressing from technology now that we're getting older?
I try to. The problem is that my life relies on it so much. Like, I go to school online. I work a website online. I have all these things, but sometimes I'll catch myself on a weekend and I'm not looking at my phone for 9-10 hours.
Which is healthy.
Yeah, because it's like, I just don't want to. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm angry and I want to talk to people. It's like, dude, I just got to clear my head. Like, you know what I mean? And it's at a point where it's like, okay, when is enough though?
Yeah.
It's like we're at a point now where, like, there's so many. You could look up any comedian, and they've got a bit where, like, Tom Segura has a bit that's like, oh, I want. You could go on your phone and you could basically say, like, I want, like, a hammer, I want chicken wings, and I want this. And then they're like, okay, boom, and it just shits it out on your doorstep the next day. He goes, soon we're never going to leave our houses. We're never going to have to leave our houses because everything will be delivered by drones and all sorts of shit. And it's like, it's scary to think about.
I don't know. I just find it regressing because it's like you kind of said, I've used all the technology I want to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. There may be something gimmicky or coming along that I'm like, hey, let me try it. But other than that, it's like, do I have to have the latest thing? No.
I mean, I have what I need. Like, and you put yourself to, like, a certain level. Like, I'll watch television.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but, like, television's been out for so long. There isn't really, like, upgrades in television besides, like, picture and things like that. But it's like, all right, I have my phone. I'll go on, like, YouTube. It's like, okay, well, now, like, there's things that are progressing, but I'm staying where I am because I'm comfortable there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing. We're not changing. We're becoming old people.
Well, and then also, like, I see a lot of these kids, they're on FaceTime or something all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to do that. I can go see them.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of old manish, but it's like
if I wanted to see your face, then I would call you to hang out and we'd meet up somewhere.
Right. I like that better than.
Yeah. If I'm gonna, I'll either call you because I can't hang out. If I can't talk, I'll text you. If not, I'll call you and be like, hey, let's go to this place and do this thing.
Well, and then also, I think it stems back to how we were raised too. Like,
yeah,
like if you call somebody up and, hey, we're gonna go play Manhunt, or we're gonna go play. For me, it was playing PS1 in somebody's garage.
Yeah,
something.
Those were the days when, like, we were in the generation of, we'd go outside and play till dark, and then when it would get dark, we would play our video games.
Or if it'd be too hot outside,
yeah,
we would have something to do.
Yeah, we would go and maybe play video games at somebody's house or something, until it, like, you know, got a little bit later, then it would cool down and we'd go back outside. Like, we had a way of, like, distinguishing the two of them, and now it's just, you know what I mean? I see kids that are, like, God forbid, you turn off the Wi-Fi
They don't know
on
what to do.
something, it literally, they go insane.
Because they just don't learn how to be bored.
They just can't be bored.
Yeah.
They have to be stimulated at all times.
This sounds like kind of boring on a podcast, but I see the effect of it. You know, these kids are less. Some are very creative, but when you ask them, hey, think about this or imagine this.
Oh yeah.
It just
What do you
doesn't.
mean? I have to have my own thoughts.
Right.
It's a real thing. Like,
why can't I just look it up on the internet?
Well, even now, like, part of my college stuff, you know what I mean? It's things where they'll say, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And I'm like, I'll like take a second. I was like, "What do I think about this?" Like, it's weird voicing my opinion because I can't nowadays.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, well, I have to make sure that my opinion lines up with everybody else's opinion, and if it doesn't, then I'll just lie so that nobody gets offended or thinks of anything like that. When before, like, I was talking to my boss about it today. I was talking about Mike. We were talking about, there's this guy from Long Island, and he was like, he was rude to me, but he didn't know he was rude. You know, because that's how everybody is where he is. So I don't take any offense to it, but I talk about Mike, and Mike's not rude to me. I'm not saying that. But Mike is very forward.
Your boss or our Mike?
Our Mike.
Our Mike.
My boss's name is Ron.
Oh, that's right.
So with Mike, it'll be like, I'll be like, hey, do you want to do this? And he'll say, no. Why? I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I don't like those people, so I don't want to hang out with them. But I don't care if you do. He's so forward that, like, he's not like, he'll never be fake. You know what I mean? He'll never be fake. He'll always, his opinion won't change. He won't change. Like, that's my favorite thing about him, is that I always know with Mike, I know exactly what I'm going to get. I'm going to get his opinion. You know what I mean? And he's going to give me, he'll always shoot me straight. You know what I mean? He won't bullshit me.
But I think it's also somehow we have a more awareness in the world. I don't think it comes from age. I really do think it comes from the way the world that we were raised in. Like, it's you had a certain respect for certain people. You kind of listen to people more. You
had to.
Well, you had to, and on top of that, we have a knowledge about the world that we used.
Mm-hmm.
Like we both understand that. Let's say Mike, for instance, some of his mannerisms comes from where he came from. You know, like New York, because I have family from New York. You know, but people now would think, oh, he's being like you said, he's being offensive, or he's being rude.
So, yeah, no.
And we had to use that knowledge in our brains every day, because you couldn't just look up, oh, let me look up somebody from New York on YouTube and see how they act.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't have it.
You just you absorbed so much information. Like, the thing is
you had to process it.
It's like that, and like, just shut up for a sec, you know? Like, shut up and watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you would go and, like, if kids were jumping rope, you don't just run into the jump rope. You watch it. You watch it, you time it, you go.
Right.
And then that's how you go in without skipping a beat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same kind of concept where, like, you watch people. You watch how people's mannerisms are, how they act, and then you realize, you collect information over time. Wow, that's weird. Everybody from this place always acts like that. Well, where I come from, that would be rude to say that. You know, like, the customer basically was like, I sell parts for boats. He's on the phone with me, and he was like, oh, hold on. He goes, my wife's on Amazon trying to find it cheaper. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? But in my mind, I was like, man, good luck. You know? And then he was, well, yeah, that, when I was just like, yeah, let me know. And then he was like, yeah, go ahead and order it. She can't find it cheaper. And then after that whole thing, he was like, you guys staying busy down there? It's like, yeah, I just had a small talk with him. He's talking about how, like, oh, man, it's crazy because we get to 70 degrees up here, and now everybody wants out on the boat, and it's ridiculous. And then me and him are bullshitting. He's like, hey, have a good weekend, enjoy yourself. I was like, you too. See ya. And he was like, oh, that was a very pleasant conversation. Well, to me, I was like, what the fuck? The guy was on Amazon trying to undercut me, but it's like, that's normal to him. That's not something.
Well, and then the way you handled it is something. It's not only something that is something that's taught, because you probably taught, hey, maybe you should say thank you, goodbye, whatever. But I think it's also the way we learned how to interact with people, learn how to deal with people, and you learn, hey, don't like an asshole, don't burn bridges, because you never know who you could be talking to or whatever. And I think,
well, and it's also one of those things too, is just figuring out, like, he's harmless.
yeah,
He's not actively trying
to undermine you.
He's not trying to offend me. He's not trying to be an asshole, but it's just he's a loudmouth. So he says, he was just saying what he was saying. And that's not all New Yorkers. That's not, you know what I mean? But I've noticed that, like, a lot of people, you act differently from where you're from. And, like, I was telling my boss the same thing. I was like, dude, when you're in New York, you don't have fucking time for empathy.
Nope.
Get across the fucking street. People are going. You got cabs fucking honking and shit. Get across the street, fucking go, do what you gotta do, and get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's too much of us. This isn't fucking, you know what I mean, Rhode Island.
Isn't Braden Tucky.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Where you could sit and run into an old neighbor and talk to them for, no.
Could clog up Cortez.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, you can't. So, you know what I mean? It's different worlds. People forget that, like, how big the United States is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like different countries. It really is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, North Carolina and California are two totally different worlds.
Yeah.
People act differently there. You need to observe how those people act in order for you to navigate your way through it.
Yeah, and
that's all it is.
And it's weird because it seems like that information that we know like that, like, for example, the capital of Florida. What's the capital of Florida?
Tallahassee.
Why would it be important to know that?
If I win the lottery, I gotta go there.
Yeah, and people like, there's bits of information like that.
Yeah.
That we know, and you'd be like, well, if I could look that up, what's the point? What's important to know in that information, right?
Yeah.
But then if the internet goes down, or something like,
yeah, if the internet goes down, there's going to be people that are going to be like libraries.
Well, then I think of it on this way. I don't know if you do this too, but if you go on a road trip or you go somewhere, do you look up how to get there before you go?
Yeah.
Always.
I always look up to see how long it'll take and the route that they're trying to take me, because I always try to go as far as I can without using the GPS.
Yep. I do the same thing.
Because I know enough of my surroundings to get there.
And you know what one of my students does? He always has the GPS on just to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how crazy that is. Like, it's just, I think technology is becoming a detriment like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Detriment.
We're becoming dumber as a society as our gadgets get smarter.
Yep.
Because we don't need to have processed things.
How do you think that's going to affect sports?
It won't.
No.
Because now the kids will focus on something. They'll focus on sports. I think it might be less people getting into him.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't want to do that. I want to be a YouTuber.
Right. Influencer. Yeah.
Not everybody's an influencer. Out of everybody that wants to be an influencer, maybe 1% of them.
Less than NBA players. Somebody being able to go in the NBA.
Yeah.
Becomes an successful influencer. And
look at us.
Well,
you know what I mean? We do a podcast, but it's more of like we do it because we want to.
Yeah. Not
because we want it to grow out and do something. If it does, awesome. what a dream come true, but it's
Right.
also a thing like we do it because we love it.
Yeah, I just think though, I just everything is. We think that having more access to this stuff, everything's becoming more transparent, but actually it's not. It's becoming more. I don't call it smoke and mirrors. Like for example, the influencer thing. Like nobody sees all the work behind the scenes. Like let's say to run this, do what we're doing right now.
Nobody sees the corner of this room that's got
all the equipment
fucking 2 screens, the whole computer that you built with the keyboard and all that. They see the mics, they see a camera, and they see us talking.
And they don't see me after the podcast going and editing the footage a little bit and uploading it to here and there.
Because you end up putting the footage out as we put it as like a live video, and then you go through and cut it, edit, and then do all that from your own computer at home. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what I mean? A lot of people, everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put in work.
Well, I just don't think. I think we're so used to how do I do it? Oh, there's a YouTube video on it. Well, something.
And the problem is we can make. Well, there's 2 problems. One, somebody can become a celebrity overnight. 2, we're making stupid people famous.
We've been doing that forever, though.
We gotta stop.
Yeah.
I think that we should.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'm a 31-year-old man. There's no reason why I should know that, but I do because it's shoved down our faces every single day. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Let's get out of here. I think we're bumming everybody out.
Yeah, we're getting all depressed. She's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
She's like, you guys fucking suck. No, but, it is what it is, man.
Hey, y'all got deep.
We always get deep. Sometimes you got to black out and take it deep. You know what I mean?
Deeper.
Deeper.
Somebody said I look like Johnny Bravo yesterday.
Somebody said you look like Johnny Bravo? Did you go, oh, mama?
Yeah, I did.
Which is essentially just Elvis. He's doing like an Elvis impression all the time.
So funny.
Oh. But. Yes, you do.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
I'll see. I think Mike will be back next week.
I think so. To be honest, I don't know. But I think so. It'll be weird having him back.
Yeah. He'll probably be really, really red.
Yeah, he's going to be a lobster. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Oh, man. But, all right, man.
Okay.
I'm going to sit here while you have to go over to the computer.
I know, that's the hard part. You're
like, you got to get up and be like, all right. I'll see you later. Don't forget to write.
I'm kind of depressed bird sound on the stream. So when I walk by, that thick daddy.
That thickness.